some other regime than our own. But nevertheless, we managed always to be competitive in culture, in art, in literature. We were also competitive a little bit in motorcycling technique. We were the first in one thing. The oldest wheel, wooden wheel, is found in Slovenia. It's 5,200 years old. They found it in 2002 in a region near Ljubljana, and it's believed to be the oldest one in preserved. So we were quite advanced 5,200 years ago. After 5,200 years, Janez Puch came. He was a Slovene engineer. When he was born and when he was living, the Austro-Hungaric Empire was Slovenia was under the Austro-Hungaric Empire. So we can talk about Slovene bikes as Austro-Hungaric motorcycles, and we can talk also then as a product of a guy that was Slovene. His mother and his father were Slovene speaking, and they were born in Ptuj, which is something like 40 kilometers from our location. Janez Puch had to open his factory in Graz. The reason for that was that the Austro-Hungarian Empire wanted to accumulate all the industrial or all the intelligence in the predominantly speaking German region. So one of the options he had things to do before he opened the company was to move it to Graz, and the other thing was to change his name and surname. So he wasn't named anymore Janez P-U-H, but he was named Johann P-U-C-H, Puch. It was Germanized. The first motorcycle he made was made the same year that India started producing motorcycles, and this was in 1901. First, he started building bicycles in the late 1890s, and he also produced cars. He was the second largest producer of motorcycles in the Austro-Hungaric Empire after Laurin Clement. We have in our museum two very nice motorcycles from the period when Janez Puch was still alive. He died in 1904, before the outburst of the First War. The oldest one we have on exhibit is a D model from 1906, and the nice thing about this motorcycle is that it is found in preserved conditions. So as you see, the bike speaks about its life, the life that it made until 1919, when it was put away in a garage and left there for the remaining time. The next bike before the Janez Puch death is a Model N from 1912. This bike is believed to be preserved in only two examples, so this and another one. What is interesting to see is the quality of the work carried out on this motorcycle. If you see, the front fork has engravings on it. The transmission system has also engravings on it. The motorcycle is 4-stroke, and this tells us that Janez Puch, the Puch company, only made high-quality motorbikes, very expensive motorbikes. But what happened after the First War? There was no more Janez Puch, he died, and the First War destroyed the Europe. So it not only destroyed countries, it also destroyed markets. People were out of money, so they were not buying bikes anymore, especially not expensive ones. So Puch company, which then became an Austrian company, started producing only 2-strokers of a very not low quality but low cost, low market. And this is the first 2-stroker Puch company ever made. It's a 1919 LM. It's a quite rare motorcycle. The reason why it's rare is because a lot of them were used and abused and destroyed during usage, because they were not of such quality than the pre-First War motorcycles. For only in two bikes, Puch returned to high-class motorcycling, and that was in the 1930s when he made the 500 two-cylinder Puch, two-stroke, 4 pistons, and the 800 Puch, which we don't have still yet in the museum, but we are keen to get one. I will not go through the other bikes in this exhibit room, because, as I said, you probably know them even better than me. If you have any questions, come forward. Otherwise, I invite you to the next room.
Okay.
Some more Slovene biking.
Go.